Modded. Right, g'day guys, Andy Work back. Now, before we start, a quick announcement. You may have seen on my Facebook, I'm having a winner custom painted Nerf blaster. Anybody who submits a blaster for these movies over the next 4 episodes, 17, 18, 19 and 20, gets an entry into the draw. Just 1 entry each, doesn't matter how many blasters you put in, I just want it to be fair for everybody. And at the end of April, early May, we'll do a draw and I'll be PMing somebody and we'll discuss what they want. Right, so let's get on with it. First one we have is from Adam R, and it's called the Ghost. Ghost is a Select Fire CQB Strife. The body kit is an older XSW HK14C kit, he believes. The internals include a worker standard clear cage with 42.5mm spacing, a pair of End War 2022 exclusive Infernos from Containment Crew, Fang revamps, and a Gosh Fun V7 Select Fire kit. And that does sound fun. I'll have to get myself one. The Pharaoh is, which he calls Wraith, is just have the half dart kit, and the only cosmetic stuff he did was replace the scope with a nitron sight and paint it, and it still looks pretty good. And then the Chonk is a combination of an Ultra Pharaoh and a Rapid Strike based off the Rampage from the game Apex Legends. And in case you're wondering what that is, he's sent me a photo as well. There it is. I've included a reference photo. I have also included some work in progress photos. The internals include a 3D printed OFP cage at 42.5 spacing, Containment Crew Infernos, Out of Dark Krakens, and MTB Honey Badger on the pusher, a PWM module for adjustable rate of fire, a voltmeter and a kill switch. It is wired up to be a dual stage trigger, so a half pull makes the motors rev and a full pull fires the blaster. That's impressive. Right, next up we've got Andrew K, and he's found this little blaster at a supermarket, and it originally fired 30mm foam balls, so he has dubbed it the Mini Flare and modded it with PVC fitting to fire Rival instead. Here's an image of the finished piece, so just a little piece of PVC pipe there, looking good, certainly creative, like a little handheld grenade launcher. But he's also said, I'm going to start a larger project, it could be fun. And this is the photo he sent with that. So we have a drain blaster, a rev trigger pistol grip, and a judge. This photo is proof positive that the line between genius and madness is almost invisible. Good luck, Andrew. I pity you. Right, next we have one from Coffin Black Media. He calls it Rust Bucket, obviously. He says it's a hammer shot, averages about 75 FPS with an upgraded spring from Out of Darts, extra lube in the plunger and plumber's tape under the O-ring. Used Rust-Oleum paints for a base coat with acrylic paint for the main colours and rust effects. This is another one of his I had no idea or inspiration series. It's just something he's done for the sake of it. And it looks pretty good. I'm interested in what you guys think about not taking off the Nerf logos and the moulded in text and things. How do people feel about that? I mean, it is a thing in science fiction, especially nowadays, to have markings on your weapons, and I do it all the time and stuff, but I don't like having Nerf embossed on the side of my blasters. Destroys the illusion as far as I'm concerned. I'm interested in what you guys think about it. Just put a comment below. Right, next up we have one from ORWELLS Warning. Great username. He said this blaster is inspired by the Borderlands video game universe. The blaster is named Player Down, and it's a Swarmfire stock with a modulus dual rail barrel extension, 2 added end strike rails on both sides, on a Strife body. This integration uses 2-part epoxy for assembling, I'm assuming. The internal mods running 2S lipos, Michelle 2.0 130 motors, worker clear cage and worker flywheels, 3D printed rev trigger mag release, battery door from Out of Darts, green light on off indicator. That's always good to know when you're going to be shot at. And the cosmetic paint job is Montana spray paints, Pimp Violet, dark purple, Viola, light purple, Iron Curtain grey and gold black paint pens. And it's a very nice compact little blaster. I like the banana mags, they just make them look so much more modern and cool. Love anything with a thumb hole stock. And yeah, and it's also, you know, very safe paint job. Go out playing in the park with us anywhere. Very nicely done. Here we have one from Scrivmal 5. I hope I've got that right. It's a Tech Recon Havoc. He says these were rubber ring blasters, but the shell was too nice not to do something with. He totally gutted it. Now it has a reverse angled Talon magwell, semi-auto pusher and flywheel. The world-based dual stage flywheel cage, red flywheel and the world flywheels. Confusing. My 3D based Raiden motors and Britnerf MOSFET board. Also added a custom foregrip, which is the battery compartment, very clever, with black decals to follow the original. So the original stock and paintwork was fine, and he just made the battery cover match it. That's pretty clever. Running 3S LiPo, hits between 125 and 135 with Worker Gen 2 darts, and 135, 145 with Dart Zone Max Pro darts. Well done, very nice. Love the bright, nice green, always like a green blaster. Everything he's done for it, I mean, that's major modifications right there. And he's done a really good job. And it does look good. It's a really cool looking little blaster. Well done, mate. Well done. Very impressed. Now this little fella is from Sebastian S. Unfortunately, I have absolutely no information on it. I can't even identify the blaster myself. Me and Sebastian have been exchanging emails for some time, and there is something going on. Half his photos don't come through. When they're in zip files, they corrupt when I try to open them. I don't know what's going on, but I finally got these, so I'm putting them up because it's a gorgeous little thing. Really well done. The weathering and the wear on it is just impeccable. And even on the wood, the way he's highlighted the worn areas on the pistol grip, that is just genius. And it's a case of just enough. He hasn't gone overboard and he hasn't done too little. It's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. I aspire to this level of skill and detail one day. Well done, mate. I'm really impressed and very, very jealous. And here's one from Vincent D. This is a motor blitz that he's done up. He's added a tactical laser and a rifle scope with a full rewired daybreak cage setup. He said he had to cut up the battery tray to squish in his LiPo. I hope it's been done safely. Ran the voltmeter out the door. It's being held by magnets. And the paint job that I think isn't bad since it's not my strong suit. Well, that's what I want to talk about, this paint jobs. I think they're the thing that make these things come alive when you're trying to do, you know, realistic looking blasters. And he's done a very nice job on this. What looks like sponged on camouflage on top of the black. It's really, really well done. It's not overdone. You can see the breaks in the surface of the sponge. And yeah, this is the thing, guys. These things, bring them to life. And if you've got, do these mods, you've obviously got offcuts, and you've got offcuts, then you've got stuff to practice on. So just try different colours on top of different colours, different ways of applying it, and you can produce some nice effects. And this is really good. It looks really good, and all the orange makes it still safe to go out and play with. So well done, Vincent. Very nice. Looking forward to the next one. And finally today we've got a couple from William L. And he's got an Eon Pro pump with Drax Chung spring, hex grips and printed bits, hand painted with acrylics. It's very, very nice looking. Very modern and sophisticated looking little pump. He seems to like grey and green, which is fair enough, each to their own, and the purple of course. And the other one is a Sentry with an out of darts K26 spring, larger O-ring, and again hand painted in his grey and green colour schemes. They're both very nicely done, very clean, sharp paint jobs. Obviously with the upgrades intended to be put to full use. And the way the Sentry's put together, it looks like the lighter grey part underneath the pump grip at the top is the part that moves, but obviously it can't. But really nicely done, very clean and neat, tidy. I particularly like the way the green is weathered on the Sentry. Nicely done, mate.